We are back in the Liverpool Echo Arena for the final rotation of the 2017 Trampoline, Tumbling and DMT British Championships. I'm joined in my commentary position by Olympic silver medalist Bryony Page. And this time we're going to be focusing our attention on the men's senior trampolining final. So Bryony, thanks once again for joining me. What are we going to look out for in this one? What have we got to look out for in this one?
I think that, they've got Luke Strong is leading the competition in terms of the British men. We've got the Chinese competitors that are going to be showing off some really great trampolining here. And it's going to be a fight between, I think, the silver, bronze medal to get on that podium. There's been a few mistakes yesterday in the men's event. Luke Strong has cleanly got through all two routines, and he's going to want to fight for this final routine to complete it, get a really good, strong score, and hopefully come away with the title today.
Absolutely. It's really interesting having these guest competitors with us. We've just seen the Chinese women put on a fantastic show as guests in the senior women's final, and I'm sure the male competitors are going to look to do the same. Now, there's two beds that the gymnasts are able to use. Do they choose them based on what they feel like, on how close they want to be to the judges? What's the gymnast thinking about when they make that choice?
It's actually, I guess, personal preference. So some people will choose it just based on where it's positioned. Some people don't like being too close to the judges and they think being further away is better. Some people think the opposite. Some people like trampolines to feel that little bit softer, so if you're a bit longer in the bed, and others prefer it to be faster. So it's just like a personal preference on where you want to be and what you want the trampoline to feel like and which you think is more important to you to get the best out of you.
What was your preference?
I'm going to be giving my away to a secret. I normally start with trying out the trampoline furthest away from the judges, giving my little bit of space, but then if I don't like it, I'll just move on to the one closer. So it just depends. I like powerful trampolines that aren't too hard, but it's learning how to deal with anything. So I used to when I was younger completely avoid hard trampolines because I just didn't know how to use them. But now I guess it's not a big importance to me now. It's just learning how to deal with the trampoline that I choose.
And I guess when you get to a competition, there's only two for you to choose from. Even if you're not a fan of either, you've got to get on with it some way, haven't you? So it's about learning to adjust and having that experience.
Yeah, it's all about controlling the controllables. All the trampolinists are in the same position, having the choice of two different trampolines. And some people won't like either of them. They've got to jump on them. So it's just learning how to deal with that, and it's being able to control what you can control.
So coming in from yesterday's competition then, in terms of this British title, Luke Strong from the city of Liverpool, his total that he's bringing is 110.505, a considerable lead from the second place British competitor, who was actually Lewis Bartlett from Olga, 103.8 his total. So as long as Luke stays on his feet, has he got this one in the bag?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of pressure to know that all you have to do is get through one routine, and it's got to be a good routine, but he has to get through 10 skills. So it's a lot of pressure, but he's still going to attack the routine as he would normally, which is just going out and do the best routine he can. I had a word with him earlier on, and he seems really, really focused and positive about it, and is still taking this final exactly the same that he wanted to. There's no tactical changes there. He still wants to get the routines that he's capable of.
No, that's a very good point. I suppose he could have played it safe, but then I suppose if you play it safe and it still goes wrong, then you'd feel
yeah, maybe a little bit worse. But no, he's going out there and he wants to do his best routine that he can, and there's no tactical changes. There's still a World Championships trial event, so he wants to hit certain scores to be able to make the team, and it's not about playing safe at this level. You want to be able to go out there and hit scores and have something to learn from, have something to improve on.
Absolutely, and we were chatting a little bit earlier about how the venue here in Liverpool compares to international competition, and you were saying pretty favourably. So it's great for the guys to put out their full difficulty and really replicate what they might have to experience in an international event.
Yeah, definitely. You can learn so much from one experience, and this is definitely one that you'll be able to take a lot from. It's the crowd is brilliant. You have lots of people here. You've got them surrounding you all the way around. So it's one that compares really highly to a World Cup event. Sometimes you don't even get an arena that's as good or as big as this. It's a very professionally run competition, so it's important to go out there and do your best and understand what it feels like.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic as well. Having all of the age groups working alongside it really boosts the crowd. It means there's lots of noise and distractions, and it's a really good replica of what an international competition might be like. So still a couple of warm-ups to go. No, of course, yeah, we've still got Luke ready to do his warm-up as well. So 2 last warm-up gymnasts, and then we will get into our first competitor that will be one of our Chinese guests.
So the trampolinist will get 30 seconds to warm up until their time runs out, and if they go over that time, the official might take a few marks off them on their actual routine. So it's important that they stick to that 30-second mark. It's just to get your body warm and get used to the feeling of this trampoline again, because they've been training out in the back here, and there'll be different trampolines to the one they're about to jump on.
Okay, so now we are ready. I'm not jumping the gun this time. We do have a competitive gymnast up on the bed. So, as I said, from China, our first guest competitor will be Huang Haoji.
Building his height up. Here he goes. Pike drift to start with a very early line out. A single somersault there. Second drift. Really good lines. He's using the trampoline well here. Great technique, pushing up, and finishes with a Miller. That's a triple twisting, double straight back. Ooh. Oh, his out jump, he lost a little bit of control there. He looks fine. He stood up, he's been presenting, so that's all we ask for in a situation like this, when they fall off the trampoline, that they get back up on 2 feet uninjured. It's an unfortunate finish for him there after a really solid routine. He'll lose some marks for his out jump off the trampoline there.
Completely not what you expect after you've negotiated all of those skills. Just incredible twisting throughout that routine. And then it was the jump at the end.
Yeah, it just shows a little bit of lack of focus. You know, the routine doesn't finish until you've stopped on the trampoline and you've presented to the judges. And for them, he's gone, yes, I finished, this is really good. And then he could feel that he's off there.
I don't think he'd even noticed there when he was in the air. It looked like he was sort of celebrating earlier, and then it was only as he came down.
Yeah, sometimes when they're so high, you can't see from certain angles if they're going to land off the trampoline or not.
Blimey, still, there you go. As we were talking about, great competition experience, and definitely a learning point for him in future competition. So our next gymnast up is going to be one of the competitors from Olga. Much like last year's final, this seems to be dominated by gymnasts from the Olga club down in Poole, doing a stellar job of producing a number of great trampolinists. And it's going to be Elliot Story. He qualified in 4th. And we'll be looking to see if he can do anything to improve that position today.
That's so funny. He's finishing, he's doing really well, and then he's on the front like, oh, stop. I think you noticed it before. Great early lineouts there. And the second triple somersault. Really good shakes. 4.5 out pike. Half a Rudy pike. He's keeping this really strong, very central here. And looking for a big finish. Miller, oh, just a little bit short. Looks like he stayed on the trampoline. The judges will decide whether he clipped them out or not there, but he really did well to finish that Miller. That's a triple twisted double straight. He just landed a little bit short because he didn't quite put enough somersault in there. But he's dealt well with that landing. That 1/2 out tucked was amazing height, amazing line out, very early, really, really strong. He stays quite central all the way through the routine. I think he'll be happy with that. You can see he's staying quite central. And this is where he just falls a little bit short and takes a big unstable out jump right in the end. So we'll see what the judges make of that. There might be a small deduction at the end, but we'll see what they decide.
Another one of our gymnasts there getting through the really difficult parts of the routine. Who's this character in the background having a bit of a boogie?
Yeah, that was Lewis Bartlett. He's currently in 2nd position, I believe. He's a quiet character, always makes people laugh. Yeah, very, very good.
Nice to be so relaxed before you've done your routine.
Yeah, definitely.
So here we go then. Also from Olga, we've got Nathan Bailey, a very experienced British competitor. I think you've been to the odd competition with him, haven't you?
Yes, so he's our 2016 Rio Olympian. So he smashed out an amazing vault yesterday, so let's see what he can do today. Just composing himself, ready for his routine. And here he goes. Really out pike drift start. He's fallen forwards just a little. Oh. Unlucky finish there for Nathan. He'll be disappointed with that.
So explain to us what happened there then. The first skill looked good.
Yeah, so the first skill is a really out drift pike. So that's 3 somersaults in the pike position with 1.5 twist at the end. But he just landed a little bit short, maybe a little bit soft, and didn't quite press the trampoline in the right way to be able to stay in the middle, and just his hips fell forward, he travelled forwards and just too far to be able to fight back. He'll be disappointed with that, but he'll have learnt a lot and be able to push forwards through to the next competition. And you know, he's trying a new routine here. This is tough time, tough routine. He's really going for the difficulty, and you know, this is the time to shine. So he wanted to go big. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off for him today.
And I suppose we're in the first year of a new quad. If he's looking for the big picture and, you know, wants to add and consolidate that difficulty looking ahead to 2020, then this is the right time in the cycle to be doing that. Just unfortunately didn't quite work out for him today. So next up we have another one of our Chinese guest competitors. This time we have He Ji Nui.
Chinese competitors bouncing extraordinarily high, just so composed, makes it look easy, just getting his balance. Here he goes, pike drift with amazing line out, half and about tuck, onto his second triple, great lines, brought it back to the middle. Oh!
And this final is certainly delivering some interesting twists and turns.
You can see that he's just come off the side, so he's brought it back to the centre of the trampoline, but unfortunately he's casted. But he's safe, he's up on 2 feet, he's smiling, you know, he's okay, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see that after a fall off the side like that, and especially sort of not even going down feet first. It's good to see that he's straight back up on his feet and smiling. Another good experience for him to learn from.
Yeah, and the coaches have experience in being able to catch these competitors in these situations with the mat, and the spotters are experienced here as well. So, you know, well done to them as well.
Absolutely, certainly highlighting the importance of the spotters and the safety precautions that are taken in a trampolining competition. So, Lewis Bartlett up on the trampoline a little bit quicker than he might have expected. He's our third representative from the Olga Club in this final. He comes into this in second place. 103.8 is the score that he carries over from yesterday's preliminary round.
Let's just build on the side again. Pike drift start, great shape. Half and about tuck, drift. He's bringing it back to the box in the middle. Great lines, pushing up well. Half up pike. And a Miller pike to finish there. Really solid routine from Lewis. He's happy. Really, really great to see that. 3 drifts at the start. That's 3 triple somersaults in a row. Here we go. It's a pike drift, half in, about drift tucked, and his third drift, tuck drift. That's really, really high difficulty. He maintains form. There's a little bit of trouble at the start, but he brings it back to the middle. He shows off his great lines, full out piked. And an interesting finish here It's quite unique to have a Miller pike position. That's triple twisting double back. It's normally shown in the straight position, but he's chosen to do the pike. There's no difference in the tariff here, but he prefers doing it in the pike position, which is quite unique to see that.
Yeah, quite unusual. It's pretty tricky to twist when you're not in a straight position. Certainly to get a triple in when you've got not straight body alignments.
Yeah, so for me, it's difficult to see that happen because I know how hard it is to do it in the pike position. I do it in the straight position. I choose that because I think it's easier to be able to stay in the straight line and body position, but he chooses to. He's very quick going in and out of his shape, and he's able to do that and show it off well.
Very nicely done indeed. So we have yet another guest competitor coming up next. This is a gymnast who trains at Olga down in Poole with a number of the other guys in this final. This is Rafael Oliveira Andrade.
Yes, he's gone for the 3-truss start as well. That's great to see, picking up his difficulty. Pulling up out, half and a out tuck, come back to the middle. Great lines again, he's picking up height. Half out pike. And full straight to finish. Hold it, yes. Yeah, he's really happy with that. Smiling. He's actually the 2016 Rio Olympian representing Brazil. So he's competed in the home games. It must have been an incredible feeling. Starts his routine with 3 triffs here. Loses a little bit of height in the middle, bit of travel, but he brings it back and he starts building up height. He always has good lines, good shapes. He's really controlled that trampoline very well with a very solid routine. A little bit of instability there right at the end, but he holds it on the trampoline and the judges should score that well. Might be a little bit lower on the time of flight there, but hopefully the execution will pick that up for him.
Yeah, really good stuff indeed. So that's 4 guys that we've had from Olga down in Poole. It must be really great for them to have such a high-level training group.
Yeah, definitely. They almost thrive off each other, be competitive but supportive at the same time. I've been privileged to be able to train at Olga a few times alongside Nathan and Isabel Songos, who was in the ladies event, and Raf and Elliot and Lewis. So there's a lot of them to be able to compete against, support each other. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, great training environment, fantastic place to be. As we move back to our next Chinese guest, this time it is Tan Haofeng.
Three-truss start. He's now on to almost. He's gone a little bit to the side there. He's held on well. He's fighting this routine now. You can see he's built up a lot of height again. Half out pike. Miller straight to finish. That was a great fight. He was right on the edge there. Brought it back to the middle. He lost a little bit of height because of the casting. You can see he's a little bit disappointed with that routine. He's maybe a little bit frustrated with what he's done there, but this just shows how experienced they are to be able to complete a routine when something like that and goes to the side. A little bit of a flinch from the spotter just highlights that too. Yeah, he's fought really well. His horizontal displacement actually won't be too bad because he stayed in centrally in terms of end to end of the trampoline. It was just the casting, and you only lose 0.1 or 2 for that, so it shouldn't be too low, but yeah, it might be a bit of a hit to his score.
There we go, and 57.58 score, the score for him, bringing his total to 165.035. So he is currently at the top of the table, but of course, as one of our guest competitors, isn't eligible for the medals here today. So just 2 gymnasts left to go. Our penultimate competitor is yet another guest. This time we have Zheng Linglong.
Putting up great height here. getting ready to start his routine, and off he goes. Amazing shape. Half and about tuck drift, those shapes are incredible. He's got loads of height, early exits, right in the middle. This is a strong routine, he's just got to keep it going. Full enough out pike. Half and Rudy pike. He's staying in that box. And Miller straight to finish. That was an amazing routine. He should be very happy with that. He's got extraordinary shapes. They're superb. You can see there's no air. You can't see through those shapes at all. His stomach is glued to his legs in that pike. His tuck is very tight. He's a tiny little ball there, just spinning through the air. He's got early line outs, really strong, straight body shape of the line outs. They're early and they're fast. Stays central in the trampoline. Lots of time of flight. Horizontal displacement should be good. Execution should be good. That will be a big score.
So just waiting for that score to come through. As Bryony says, it's going to be a big one. I'm sure it'll shoot to the top of the... Oh, in fact, no, actually. So So he has a total now of 150.120, which means that we have got our final competitor. Now, we said at the beginning of this segment, all he needs to do to take this British title home is stay on his feet. Luke Strong comes into this final with almost a 7-mark lead against the second place gymnast coming in, 110.505, his score that he brings into this final. And he's going to want to take this British Championship home.
Rudy out to a fight start. He's going to fight this. That's it. He's back in the middle. He's just got to keep focused. Tuck drift. He's struggling a little bit here. He's managed to keep it going. He's just got to finish 10 skills. He's very disappointed with that routine. That's such a shame. We'll just have to see what the judges decide on that. If he was, maybe did he hit the mat on one of the skills there? He got quite close to the end. It's what the official will decide, whether that counted as a crash or not. We'll have to count how many skills he's done too. Yeah, massive change to the routine. He won't be very happy with that. Just didn't quite stay strong in the trampoline there to be able to finish in a good routine. Such a shame.
Gosh, and not the routine he would have wanted to deliver. We said he had to stay on his feet to take the gold, and I think, assuming he's managed to get 10 skills in there, he probably will still have done that. But yeah, not the routine he planned at all for this final.
I think it'll just come down to whether they decide he was too close to the end or not.
So if he's touched the mat at all, so even if like tiptoes have touched, they would consider that a crash, do you think? Or
yeah, if they touch the blue at any point, it's considered a crash. Okay. And it will be marked out of the skill before.
So we just need to wait for that score to come in. So we've still got his score from qualifying showing on our system at the moment. So just waiting for confirmation of that the judging decision. The judges just beneath us look like they're still working away at something. Do the judges have the benefit of replay in these type of events?
Yes. So they'll have a look through the video and they can double check their decision. And this is what we're waiting for here.
And it is a big call to make, isn't it? If you're going to suddenly call this routine a 0, that's going to make a big difference to the standings.
Yeah. Lewis is currently in gold medal position. Elliot Story in second. And Luke has got the bronze medal even without his final score coming in.
It's a nice position to be in to know you're going to get a medal, but it's not the colour he wanted. He certainly would have come in today wanting to take home that gold medal. He had a fantastic lead. Yeah, so it looks like he has received a score for the routine. 53.410. Not the score he would have wanted, but certainly enough to put him into gold medal position here today.
Yeah, the crowd is happy about that. They all know how Luke Strong has competed yesterday. And he's our new British champion.
You can hear the roar from the crowd there. He's a Liverpool boy.
And Kat Driscoll over to congratulate him there.
She's changed her leotard. Has she still got synchro still to come? No? Just obviously fancied a different leotard for the medal ceremony, maybe. I know Kat is quite a leotard fan, isn't she? She gets really into her leotards and her sparkles.
She has hundreds of leotards. She boasts about how many she has, how lovely they are, and I completely agree. She's got a whole collection. She loves them.
So there we go. You can see, Luke sort of satisfied with his British Championship title, but obviously not the routine.
Yeah, it's a bit bittersweet because he hasn't done the routine that he wanted to in final there, but it was enough to get him the gold. So he's British champion, so he should be very happy about that. But it's not, you go with outcome goals and you go with goals, personal goals, and how you want to compete. And unfortunately, he didn't reach his personal goals, but he achieved his target. So, very bittersweet for him.
So that concludes. We have got our confirmed results in the senior men's final. Just to confirm that one more time then. So bronze medal position, 144.01 from Olga. Elliot Story takes the bronze. In silver medal position with 160.4 from Olga Lewis Bartlett. But our British senior trampolining champion with 163.915 from the city of Liverpool, it's the home competitor, Luke Strong. Really nice to see the camaraderie between all of the competitors there, all of the team having a bit of a picture, no doubt to commemorate this event. But what an action-packed day of competition it's been. Bryony, thank you so much for joining us. I've learned a shed load about trampolining. I'm sure everyone on the live stream has enjoyed your work too.
Well, thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it. It's been really good.
Excellent stuff, and best of luck on your road to recovery. We can't wait to see you back on a trampoline very soon.
Thank you.